This LG was one of my top picks for 2019. I finally got it in and I finally got around to giving it a good run, and this is what I think about it. The LG WM3900 is one of LG's kind of mid to top of the line type washers. One of its major upgrades from its lesser equipped models is the Turbo Wash 360. It's a really big deal. It has 4 recirculating jets instead of just 2, and it seems to do a much better job recirculating and keeping the clothes saturated. Another thing that's just kind of new for 2019, well actually I think it started in 2018, is that the drain pumps are DC voltage now, which doesn't sound like anything, but it does make for a quieter drain. The one thing that really surprised me about this washer is not once did I ever feel like I wanted to see more water. That Turbo Wash 360 really gives the impression that there is plenty of water to go around, even though there's pretty much the same as a WM3500, which is not very much. It just makes the best use of what little water that it does use. Let's go over some specs. The 3900 has a basically standard 4.5 cubic foot tub, which is pretty much just about average these days, which is kind of weird because it's very big. It does have 14 wash programs coupled with 12 different options. As with most front loaders, it is auto load sensing, so you cannot pick how much water you put in it. It figures it out for you. It does have a max 1300 RPM spin speed and comes in at around 202 pounds. This is one of LG's more expensive washers and currently selling for around $989, which is kind of a lot of money. It's almost $2,000 for the whole set. There's really a lot to like about this washer, so let's go over it. The first thing is that to me it's a very large capacity washer. I could wash a whole week's worth of laundry in one go in this 4.5 cubic foot tub. Another thing is that I've noticed it was very effective at rinsing. This washer did a fantastic job rinsing my clothes. It was almost unbelievable how well it rinsed out some of my work clothes, almost to the point I could not smell any Tide whatsoever. As with most front load washers, it has an inherent gentle wash. If you have a lot of delicates, you should be looking at a front load washer for the most part. It also is very efficient. Most front load washers use very little electricity, very little water, and could get quite a bit done with not very much. One other thing that I love about LG's in general is that it has an accessible drain filter. I can't stress to you how important this is. Guys, looks aren't everything. When your washer gets a sock stuck in the pump, if you don't have this access door, it's going to literally cost you $300 to have a service guy come out and pull that sock out for you when you could just do it yourself. It also makes for easy shipping. If you're ever moving, you can drain all the water out of the machine. I did my world famous ketchup test and the washer did remarkably well. I ended up running it through a second time just to give it an kind of an apples to apples comparison of the rest of my machines. I kind of ran it on a turbo wash and it only ran for like 30 or 20 minutes or something like that. And it didn't really give me a valid test, but it still did a pretty good job. There's really not a lot to complain about this washer. It's a pretty solid performer, does an excellent job rinsing, and really gives you that psychological feeling that there's plenty of water in the tub. When you look at the washer go, you never really feel like you're washing clothes dry. It probably hurts the whole overall wash effect, but at least it makes me feel a little bit better. There are a few things that I actually don't like about this machine, and they're just kind of quibbles. I gotta give the obligatory cycles are too long. Compared to a top load washer, a lot of these cycles are pretty darn long. However, with the Turbo Wash Active, this washer can get a load done in under 45 minutes, which is pretty impressive for a front loader. Another thing that I don't really love about this machine is the mediocre stain removal. I wish it would have done a little bit better with my Ketchup Test. But what are you going to do? I just feel like the WM3500, which is LG's entry-level washer, did a slightly better job than the mighty 3900. I guess I really can't complain about it too much. Overall, I love this washer. I like it so much that I'm actually going to take it home. And this is going to be one of my staple items at my store. Until something comes out better, this is the washer you could buy at Lorain Furniture.